So we already saw Nikov versus Villese. We saw MbL versus Nikov. Now we're about to watch Villese versus MbL. Place your bets, everyone. What's your prediction? I think I'm probably favoring MbL. In particular, I think he's still in very good shape, especially as he stopped dropping so much. I feel like he's really managed to get back in shape. So I think probably the Finnish player is going to have it hard here. But yeah, it's not going to be impossible, it's just going to be kind of hard. I mean, we saw MbL lose against, who was it the other day? I think he lost versus Rubenstock, or was it versus... I think it was like a versus 16 player or something like that. MbL hands down. And this is his favorite map too. Well, we have mirror matchup though. Turks for both. If there is one thing that has to change about Vilese's strat last time around, especially when playing as Turks, is relics, relic collection. He cannot neglect relics again. Not with Turks, not versus MbL. You can argue about Villese being very close to Nikov. I don't think it's very fair to say that Villese is as close to MbL anyway. So let's go a little bit faster. I think we're gonna be catching up here because the game just started. But yeah, so I say relic collection, it's gotta be a priority for Turks. Let's talk about why, right? So, for the civilization, which is a gunpowder civilization, we are gonna have gunpowder units with 25% more HP. We're gonna have 50% cheaper gunpowder researches. We are gonna have free chemistry. We're gonna have 20% faster working gold miners. And free light cavalry and hussar upgrades. Then for team bonus, we're gonna have 25% faster training gunpowder units. As you can clearly tell, gunpowder civilization relying heavily on gold units, except for hussar, means that you really benefit from having gold access as long as possible. If this is an even game, then we're gonna see both players extending into the Imperial Age and eventually consuming all the gold on the map, which is where Relic starts to kick in. Let's see. Will anyone be crazy enough to do fast Imperial Gunpowder? I would love to see MbL try to pull that off, because he's been trying these very weird strats whenever he gets matched against someone that he feels very comfortable against. The other day he was playing an arena game versus a rank 100 player, I think, and he just deleted his walls. He played as if it was Arabia. Unfortunately, his opponent was not fast enough to spot that, so they played as if it was standard arena, and they missed the chance of doing damage to MbL. MbL still managed to win. I don't know if he's gonna be feeling comfortable enough versus Villese to try and do something like that. Well, let's see. Oh, Sipahi Cavalry Archers, that's also something you might be able to go for. It's very good for Turks. It's very good. Especially as you don't get elite skirmishers. Oh, Pun! Thank you for the cheer. 50 bits, man. 50 cents, that is almost half a trillion Argentinian pesos. Could actually work well versus Turks. I am wondering, man. I am wondering. And by the way, hello and welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. Well, Village is coming up at the same time for both, so it's going to be a very standard fast castle. I don't know how they are going to follow that up. Turks do get fully upgraded normal skirmishers against Sipahi Cavalry Archers, Heavy Cavalry Archers, 20 extra HP. Okay, fully upgraded Village Archers, sorry, skirmishers. Maybe alright. Better than Burmese skirms. Well, that is fair. That is fair. Yeah. Got tons of work. That is good to hear, man. That is always good. Better to have too much work than having too little. Frank skirmishers are pretty awful too. Frank skirmishers, Burmese skirmishers are pretty bad. Celt skirmishers are pretty awful as well. Teuton skirmishers. Bunch of skirms not even getting bracer or ring archer armor. Or ring archer armor is not as crucial, but bracer is definitely a big bum. So now we're in Fuel Age. Both players are going to get their respective buildings up, and we're gonna see a very quick transition to Imperial Age. I'm kind of wondering though, did they both go for random civilizations? I mean, did they go for mirror matchup and get randomly assigned Turks? Or did anyone in particular pick Turks? Last memory of Turks in arena that I have was Hera versus the Viper. And yeah, nobody was too happy about Turks in arena, so I don't know if this was a conscious choice or not. Hey, random AoE fan, hi! Long time no see. Franks don't have thumb ring either. Ah, good point. Oh, little cat's here. I'm gonna go get him some water, so I'm gonna lock the view and I'm going to be right back. It's going to be very quick, okay? See you in a little bit. Alright, we're back. So what's the situation? Both players are about to hit Castle Age. Oh, with MbL going up a little bit faster. Same amount of villagers though. Let's see. I kind of find it funny how so many people always think Turks are the worst sim in the game because they like trash. Oh, Turks do have a lot of options though. It's just a very different civilization to play with. Yeah, against Britons was definitely not that great. Especially not with the army composition that Hera was going for. I felt like he was a little bit too stubborn. Alright, Kaza coming up for MbL. And Kaza coming up for Nikov. Nikov's getting the castle up a little bit faster, I think. Yeah! Nova hype? Oh, I thought about the Nova like a Pog. Like Pog Nova. But I don't know. I really struggle to make a proper emote, a proper Pog emote. I'm not an artist, right? Not a drawing artist anyway. And because my emote character is a skull, it's very hard to make him like open his mouth. Nikov, castle in the game, he's not even in. Oh my god! I'm sorry! Villese getting his castle up. Why did I say Nikov? I'm still in the last game. This is so embarrassing. I'm sorry. Well, Villese is doing a much better job with relic collection though. He already has 2 Janissaries in the field. He's got the Scout Cavalry, pretty much full HP as well to protect his monk with. And I feel like Nikov, oh my god, stop saying Nikov. I feel like MbL is gonna feel a little bit too overconfident versus Villese. But he's going for fast castle. You asked for it. You got it, man. MbL going for fast imperial. Giving up map control. Giving up relic possession. And what are resources looking like for Villese? Oh man, they're not looking that good with the second TC coming up. Third TC coming up actually, with the third TC, with the second TC already up, sorry. And MbL is gonna have what it takes to make this work. We already have 1 siege workshop. We're gonna need another one if we want to go for more bombard cannons. He's already going for Janissaries. And he's on 1 castle only, so he's gonna need at the very least 2 if he wants to increase his production, if he wants to go for upgrades, something like conscriptions or elite Janissaries. He's going to need more for sure. So that is 3rd and 4th relic coming up, right? No, that is the 2nd and 3rd relic coming up, and he's gonna get the 4th and the 5th one as well very, very soon. Argentinian bias is strong. I was hoping this was like wrestling and Nikov just appeared out of nowhere. That is actually not a bad idea for a show match. Hold on, that is genius. Okay, let me patent this. Okay, hey, Hey Screeny, hi. You come at the best time. Okay, so this is my idea, 100% mine, 100% original. Okay, chat has nothing to do with this. How about this? Okay, how about this? You have two pro players playing in co-op. So you have something like, let's say, the Viper and Doubt in one color. Then you have MbL and Leary playing in a different color. And they have to play 1H each. Alright? So you have Doubt playing the Dark Age, Viper playing the Fuel Age, and they have to plan around going up because they know that they're gonna have to give control to the other player. How about that? Bailo is a genius, says Bailo. Tag Team Championship! That'd be fantastic. The only thing preventing that from happening is the cheating potential. Now, I don't think top players are going to cheat, but you would have to have all players streaming while they play. Like, that's a must, pretty much. And that sounds really good. That comes together with the indestructible market show match idea that we had a few weeks ago as well. Yeah, I think there's a very high potential for something like that. Now we just need the money. Oh man, it seems like this is working for MbL. He definitely has more units here. He's taking a very nice trade as well, and he's repairing the bombard cannon. You have a better one? Viper plays the keyboard and Doubt the mouse in one team. That... But they will have to be in the same physical space, right? Maybe have some change in Imperial, like swap players at certain times. Like each 10 minutes that could potentially work, yeah. They did that already? Which one? The tag one or the mouse and keyboard? Yeah, I think for mouse and keyboard they have to be in the same spot. Otherwise the keyboard player cannot really select units. Oh, the mouse and keyboard, so still the tag team idea is still new, okay. I also have a great idea for a tournament that I've been pitching around, however I've been told that it's either impossible to do or at least incredibly hard to accomplish. It's a model map where if you leave the map off one edge, you pop up in the up. Oh, I see. Yeah, that sounds like extremely hard. You would have to script a custom map heavily. Alright, thank you. Thank you. MbL is getting away with this. What is Villese gonna do? He's a 90 population and losing that castle means that he's gonna have to go for a few houses. Now, he's going for knights, but he's going to need more numbers. This is not enough against this amount of... Oh my god, the shots from MbL! Oh, Janissar's going down! I think he was banking on those Jannies to clean this up. Those knights should be going down here. Vilese's push is not going to be strong enough. Or is it? There's only 2 Janissars left. MbL does not have a lead yet. And it seems like it's going to work, despite the very nice shots from MbL's bombard cannons. Villese is going to be able to clean this up. That is a huge amount of resources going down the drain for MbL. That's resources that he didn't invest into developing his eco. So Villese is going to be left with more military units. He's going to be left with more villagers as well. And he's gonna be in a very strong position to start pushing. Take a look at the take a look at the petards here. He's just gonna bust through the walls, and then he's gonna go in, straight in with the knights. And with Vilese's economy, he might afford to just spam knights until the game is over. Honestly, MbL is just going to have one defensive castle here. He's got 3 TCs, but once you get chain barred in armor for your knights, not really gonna be worrying about TCs that much. Interesting. I feel like losing the castle was worth that. I feel like he couldn't prevent the castle from going down. I think he couldn't mass his army fast enough. But it's still much better position right now for Villese, especially as he's going to transition into Imperial Age eventually, although to be honest I would much rather prefer him going YOLO Castle Age and just spam a crap ton of knights. I mean, what is MbL gonna go for? Pikemen? Spearmen, sorry? Not even pikemen? Just flood him. Just flood him. 100%. He already has the petards. He only needs the numbers. But now MbL's probably going to clean this up. There's a respectable amount of Janissaries. Deleting the second wall layer here, or wall tile, was probably not good for MbL. But he still should be able to clean this up. That is a little bit sloppy. That is a little bit sloppy from Villese. Now he's going to be on 7 military units versus 8. Or 8 versus 8 rather. That was pretty solid as well. Imagine if he didn't take the bad shots against the bombard cannons, could have been much better. I don't like this though. You really need more numbers before you try to get in and start raiding. Only 4 knights are not going to do a whole lot. So what do you do from here? Villese is going up to Imperial Age. It's gonna be there with a stronger economy for sure. Now he's gonna get his own castle up. But MbL has been in Imperial Age since earlier. He has been massing more military units. By the time Villese gets up, I don't know what the military count is going to be for MbL, especially now as we have another castle coming up. 5th relic, by the way, Villese did not spot. Very unfortunate for him, but he should have all 4, right? Yeah, he's 4 to 0 in relic count. Stables are not going to be a huge loss for Villese. He certainly has the economy to replenish that if he wants to go for extra buildings on the back. Yeah, there is TV background noise, sorry. Should be able to fix that. Is that better? Yeah, because I had to set up the stream from scratch today, I still did not properly set the microphone up. It's gone now? Okay, okay, perfect. We're gonna do like this. There we go. So Imperial Age is going to be here, but that castle's probably gonna go down by then. 13 cavalry units for Villese, make that 14. Still producing from all stables. And MbL is going to go back. He's part of the he's part of the cavalry units, and he's like, nope. Now he's gonna keep on sieging the castle. All right, so Villese manages to take this or to keep this one up. MbL starts switching into camel riders. He is still significantly behind the villagers though. We have 20. Oh, the villagers going down for Villese, and I feel like petards went down as well, right? That is very unfortunate for the blue player. So Nika is going to have a very good amount of camel riders here. It's still probably not going to be good enough against this though. I would really love to see the Cavalier upgrade before engaging here. Hussar comes for free. Cavalier, 100% worth it. He's on a timer though. Needs to keep the castle up. He's gonna engage now, and I don't feel like he's got enough units to fight against this. We have a monk from MbL, or at least he had one. I think he lost it. Still has a good amount of Janissaries. And now the cavalry archers coming out from Villese is gonna go for everything. It's gonna go for Hussar, gonna go for Knights. I'm kind of surprised that he's not going for Cavalier whatsoever. And then cavalry archers. These guys are still not HCA. We don't have Sipahi yet, so we don't have a 20 extra HP. Or do we? We don't. Do we? We don't. We don't have Sipahi yet. We are still missing Bracer. And yeah, I think we are missing all the defensive upgrades. So Cavalry Archers are units that you really need to go for a lot of upgrades for. But I don't know about this. I feel like he's going for standard Cavalry Archers and standard Knights instead of upgrading Knights to Cavalier first. Now he's getting Thumb Ring, so he's going to wait. He's getting Thumb Ring, he's going for Parthian Tactics as well. He's going for the defensive upgrades too and Ballistics. What are the numbers looking like? 12 Cavalry Archers. We have 19 cavalry units, or melee cavalry units anyway, I think. Let's see. Here it comes. Lot of Janissaries. These are not elite yet for MbL. These camels are not heavy camels either, so both players have unupgraded units, or we don't have full upgrades for any of these armies. I feel like if we have an engagement right here, right now, I would be preferring Vilese's position a little bit more, if I had to be honest. That being said, MbL is going for artillery right now, so that's going to give bombard cannons 1 extra range. Is that affecting Janissaries too, or is that for bombard cannons only? I am actually not completely sure. But Villese keeps going for more and more units. Still not going for upgrades though. Cavalier would make a huge difference. Heavy Cavalry Archer would make a nice difference, and there we go. HCA coming out for Villese. He's waiting for all of his upgrades first. He's gonna be prioritizing the Cavalry Archer. I like it because if he can just keep on throwing melee units as mid shield, then you're gonna be dealing most of the damage from range units, especially with pathing, right? You're not really gonna be doing as much damage with melee units anymore. So this is not too bad for Villese. It's gonna be a matter of how he engages. And if he can force an unfavorable fight for MbL, because MbL is going to want to rely on his castle, right? He's going to want to fall back here. Is Villese going to be able to get MbL out of this position? I feel like one way to do that is to try and raid, to try and send some units forward, to try and push the army away. So probably grab like 5 Hussars, send them forward, start raiding with those. Try to force MbL to move his army away from the castle, and then try to trap the army somewhere around here, but it's easier said than done and might not even work that well. So there's one relic that's not picked up. Villese has got 4-0. Indeed, indeed. Sipahi! There you go, man! 100 HP for these Cavalry Archers. Now we have the engagement. That's a lot of bombard cannons for MbL, and he's gonna try to take as many Cavalry Archers down as possible. And we have one conversion over there for the red player. Now all the melee units are going to get cleaned up eventually for MbL, but that's going to leave us with Janissaries versus Cavalry Archers. I feel like MbL is taking a better trade over there. Military count's going to be looking much higher for him as well. And the KD is 80 to 53 for MbL. Villese going for so many upgrades was still not enough. Was still not enough. Man, I wonder if Cavalier would have changed that. But now it's done. Now it's done. The Hussars are not really going to do a whole lot against the Janissaries. And yeah, artillery was only for bombard cannons, not for Janis. Still though, that was a very unfortunate trade for a very unfortunate engagement for Villese. Also, he took a lot of damage from the castle with the melee units. And MbL is gonna have a chance to catch up now. He's in 108 villagers, but he is still producing while Villese is not producing villas anymore. He's gonna be sticking to 125. Now he's gonna start producing more. But we have Blast Furnace on the way for the Hussar. I don't think it's going to be going for Cavalier. And I think the only hope for Villese to get back into this game and to eventually take it as well is to just starve MbL for gold. And the way you do that is just surviving, honestly. Because MbL is going to run out of this eventually. Villese's got full control of this. And then back at home, MbL does not have gold anymore. He's got 2 tiles with 500 gold left. So gold count for MbL 700. He's going to have 500 here, so that is going to be 1200 in total. From these two, he's going to have 1500 more. And then Villese shouldn't really be giving up this gold, but beyond that, it's going to be only relics. Villese using full tech tree of Turks. He's got everything. He's got Blast Furnace, Plate, Bard and Armor. Yeah, these guys already have a Bracer and Chemistry, full upgrades for defense. Sipahi, HCA. Do we have Artillery? Yeah, we do have Artillery as well for them. So now Villese is going for Masonry. There's one upgrade that was there. I didn't really spot what it was. But yeah, Masonry is already a big step up when compared to MbL. And now he's gonna start going for trebuchets. I don't know if I like trebuchets a lot. These bombard cannons from both players are going to have 14 range. Not enough hussars for Villese. MbL is gonna be relying quite heavily on Janissaries. Now he's gonna be switching into hussars himself. And it's going to be Hussars and Janissaries versus Hussars and HCA. What is going to be better? I am liking Janissaries as a power unit a lot more, but Cavalry Archers are going to be more mobile. So eventually, if you take a good engagement over here, you trade favorably against MbL. Cavalry Archers are going to be a lot easier to raid with when compared to Janissaries. However, this seems to be going in favor of Villese, and MbL is not really microing very well over there. He's going to be losing all of his melee units. Now it's going to be Hussars for Villese plus Cavalry Archers versus only Janissaries for MbL. I feel like this might be the moment for Villese to take this. He managed to take the castle down as well. House to Malias. Yeah, and Blast Furnace while we're at it, right? But Villese is in a much better spot. He learns quickly, man. After taking the first awful engagement, now he's doing a much better job. I feel like he's gonna be able to clean this up. Military numbers are looking much better for him. Very close to a 5-to-3 ratio in army. KV is gonna be still in favor of MbL, but not by much, I think. And now we have exactly another advantage for Villese in the way that the Cavalry Archers don't require the castle. We're only going to have one castle left for MbL, so it's going to be much slower for him to keep massing units. And now he's going for a conscription, but we are already 49 minutes into this. I feel like he could have saved a lot of resources going for that earlier. But the game's still not over. Stables might go down. Now we have a second castle coming out for MbL, who seems to be sticking to Janissaries. These guys are not elite yet. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like he's been a little bit too stubborn. Well, to be fair, he doesn't really have a lot of resources to work with. He's got 0 gold miners now, as losing that castle pushed him away from this gold. And now we have some Hussars raiding MbL's eco as well. And it really feels like everything's falling apart for the red player. Everything's falling apart. Alright guys, somebody's requesting for help here. So I'm gonna be gone for 1 minute, not too much, a few seconds. I'm gonna be right back, right? But I really think like Villese should have this. Be right back. Procaster is right back. All right. Now Siege Ram coming forward from Villese too. MbL's Janissary army does not seem to hold water anymore. It's not going to be enough. More Hussars for red for sure, but a limited amount of supported power. 18 Janissaries for MbL versus 37 HCA, fully upgraded HCA for Villese. A very substantial score lead as well, 3,000 extra points. Now there is no longer a TC here anymore, which means that those villagers are going to be exposed, and MbL's villager count is going to drop under 100 for the first time since he went up, since he went above that point. Back in the middle, gonna be struggling. Now Trebuchet seems to make a little bit more sense. It's going to be 16 range versus only 14 range for the bombard cannons. Villese is going to have his own BBC to counter MbL's. And if that castle goes down, I think MbL's gonna be definitely in the last part of the game. He's gonna be taking the L for sure. Ramp pathfinding is terrible on D. Are there still relics? There is one relic over here that no one took, but Villese has 4. Nikov has 0. Villese has, yeah, 1200 gold now. MbL is on 0 gold miners, 0 relics. So many other villagers as well, 23 idols for Villese. Somehow, that should be for MbL, I think. But yeah, now the red player had to sacrifice half his army to get one trebuchet down. But that castle is less than half HP. We still don't have architecture though for him. Did Villese go for architecture? He's got architecture already. Oh my god, sorry. MbL is going to be in a very rough spot. MbL, Nick doesn't matter. It's just somebody him do it. Oh man, what about hoardings? I'm actually not sure. I think it was architecture for Villese. I'm not really sure if he got hoarding or not. But yeah, this castle is gone. Now the bombard cannon. We don't really have a lot of defensive buildings for MbL. Is gonna start going for bombard towers, but bombard towers are going to be a lot weaker than castles. They're going to be going a lot faster. They're going to be going down a lot faster than castles to BBCs and Trevs and what have you. What is Nikov hype? I just kept on calling MbL Nikov, or actually it was I called Villese Nikov a few moments ago. Yeah, just my fanboyism. Too strong to contain apparently. No, I can only remember 3 names, so there is some overlap. Oh god. It's gotta be over. MbL is under 150 population. 112 villagers, which is going to be close enough to Villese's 117. But the bombard cannons are going down. Right hand side, we have the siege workshops over here and the stables. The only thing preventing Villese from pushing on the right hand side is population. He just cannot go above 200, and he's got the bulk of his army on the left hand side, or in the middle, as you prefer. But that's basically it. 77 military units, all of that stuck here. All the bombard cannons going down. Bombard towers, sorry, going down to the bombard cannons. And how about this? We talked at the beginning of the match about how mirror civilization really lets the players shine. And we were speculating that, well, if Villese lost versus Nikov, how is he gonna manage to beat MbL? And yet here we are. What a great game. What a great game from Villese. Now he's going to reassert his dominance, taking the remaining of MbL's secondary gold. I just don't see a way back for the red player. No way to come back at this point, but MbL, the tardigrade, is not gonna care about that. Gonna be holding for as long as possible. Bar cannons are kind of exposed over here though, but MbL is not really focusing those units down. Or if he is, then Pathan is really betraying him. But Villese should have this. HCA is going to be much better than Hussar. They have more HP, have a lot of armor. MbL is just trying to brute force this, but I don't think he's gonna have what it takes. Villese is just consistently staying at 190, going for 200 population. Just take a look at the unit queue. He's consistently pop cap. He just cannot produce units fast enough. It's just the training time, the only thing keeping him away from 200 pop. MbL on the other hand, 148 population, been dropping lower and lower. Still trying to go for more stables, and I think he probably already has enough stables to produce as many Hussars as he can. It's just not a good enough army composition. So, Villese takes one game from MbL after having lost one game to Nikov, after Nikov lost the game to MbL. And I think they were playing mirror. Yeah, it was MbL and Nikov playing both Chinese. Villese, man, clutching it up. What a game. That's a lot of fully upgraded heavy cavalry archers for sure. I was thinking Fast Imperial could work really well in mirror match, as Turks don't really have good counters for Gunpowder. I feel like it was good. But I think MbL was probably a little bit overconfident. Villese was more than capable enough to defend against the Fast Imperial push. He lost one castle for sure, but then he took a fantastic trade where he pretty much cleaned up MbL's army. And it was all downhill from there for MbL. Very well played.